What's going on, everybody? It's your boy RonDo here. We got episode 6 of the Creating Kings podcast. I'm alongside the beautiful Jiggy and Dukey. You know, it's the Mr. Trio, the Trifecta, things you love to see. And we got another episode for y'all today. Dukey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, my bad.
You did put the headset down, not the phone down, so you didn't understand.
Check.
Yeah, you sound good.
Good.
You sound good.
Alright, we'll try and figure out the rest later. Alright, in action. Here you go, Jesser. Action. Alright, we're back.
Marker. Doot. Anyway, I guess since we have now been forced out of our rabbit hole, start with some questions that you guys have, I guess, or some topics.
Alrighty, I'm gonna.
Got me tonight.
All right, first off, Back for Blood coming out soon. New games coming out, chat. New games. What are your first thoughts? I know you saw some gameplay of it.
So, this is the best time of the year in term for video games because this is when all the new titles
fall.
come out. I gotta say, this is the best time. For Back for Blood specifically, my first look at it, I don't know, I liked it, but I really liked the old school feel of Left 4 Dead. You know what I mean? I know they can't copy it completely, and I think they did a pretty good job of keeping it similar.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it looked confusing for a little bit. The new zombies looked confusing. The fact that there's certain points you just have to hold out on was confusing to me, and I don't know. And then the new gun system, I think the guns are cool, but they need to make it to where you can just take add your attachments and then also take them off, because you couldn't just take off attachments, could you?
No.
I was gonna say they need to make it to where you can just take off attachments, almost like they did in Blackout, where you can just pull them on and off how you see fit, or just click a button and pull them all off, and then throw the gun aside, get a new one, and slap them on. I think they need to do something like that, and I think that I would like the game a lot more. But from what I've seen, I mean, it looked pretty cool. I mean, especially for just a beta, there's still a lot of things they can clean up and stuff they can add. So it looked pretty cool to me. I mean, I love Left 4 Dead, so it'll be a fun time.
I'm ready for
JT?
Forza.
Ooh. I'm about to spend a lot of money on these games. I'm going to get New Age, Halo Infinite, Back for Blood, Forza. That's
Call of Duty.
$240 right there. But going Back for Blood, do you see a good fan base coming back to that at all? In your opinion, fans of Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead?
Definitely. I mean, from the minute that from the point where Left 4 Dead server started to go dead, as in people stopped playing it, the new CODs came out, the new consoles came out. From that point, I started Googling Left 4 Dead 3, Left 4 Dead 3, Left 4 Dead 3, rumors, release dates, teasers, anything that we could find. And I remember actually seeing leaked concept art for Left 4 Dead 3, and it was that spider-looking zombie, the one that shoots the webs. And I saw that, and it was funny because when the Back 4 Blood trailer came out, I saw that zombie, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, that was true. I actually saw that was true. So Left 4 Dead has a very loyal fan base because Valve is notorious for not making 3 games for some reason for a title, and Left 4 Dead 3 was the first one that they should have done. Everyone was calling for it. We all wanted it. Left 4 Dead was so successful, the first and the second one. And when they didn't do it, it upset a lot of people. So then when we all heard that the developers were leaving and going to basically make this game on their own, a lot of people were extremely excited. So I definitely think, they're going to have a huge following. I hope the game is really successful, just because I like that game a lot. So, but I do think that it'll have a pretty solid following, and they definitely have a loyal community behind them. So,
What about you,
JT? Huh?
They said, hope it's not trash. What about me?
Did you like the game? You saw a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I want to play it, because I don't think I didn't play... I think I've only played one, and I can't remember which one it was. It's so long ago. but I haven't followed them all from like start to finish, so I'm not like as invested, but I'm definitely like curious about it.
I mean, I used to watch videos of people playing like the versus mode, like when you could be the zombies. I remember watching YouTube videos on that stuff and like how to do the parkour with the hunter and stuff like that. Like I got really good at that game, like just by watching YouTube videos, and then going and playing it like later on in the day because I was too scared to play it at night when I was a little kid.
Pro Left 4 Dead
Like,
player, Jiggy.
I gotta say, like it was like I used to love watching like content on that stuff. So when I got into a lot of like Left 4 Dead content creators, like on YouTube and Twitch and whatever else. So I'm gonna say, and then my little brother, when he saw me getting into it, naturally he followed me, and now he's a huge Left 4 Dead fan. That's all we've been doing since I don't have internet, is playing Left 4 Dead, literally right here. So I'm gonna say, like I love this game, so I'm really hopeful. I'm really excited for it.
I love that game. I really do.
I do. I really do.
Now going. Oh, no, you already did.
Oh yeah, no, not Back 4 Blood, but I bought Left 4 Dead 2 on my PC because it was like $10 on Steam, and it gave you. They didn't just give you like the vanilla maps, like it gave you all the extra maps, like DLC maps and the modded maps that they added in as well, and you can add mods and stuff to it. So I've been playing the crap out of it in my free time. I won't lie.
And then going to Halo Infinite. There's not a specific release date. We just know it's in November, I think.
As far as I've seen, they haven't given it a specific date, but it is going to be November.
So
those games drop.
The beta already came out. You saw there was already going against bots.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it.
Yeah. What did you think about what you saw?
From what I saw, so I think Sprint is back, which is good. I think most Halo players will agree that Sprint is necessary in a Halo game. And it was frustrating because we were calling for Sprint for years. I mean, Halo 1, 2, 3, 3 ODST, all of those games did not have Sprint. And then Reach came out after Halo 3 ODST, and they gave us Sprint, but it was an armor ability. So you could only sprint for like a little bit at a time. And if you know anything about Halo, they are big, massive.
Yeah.
Like,
takes you 10 years.
Huge. I'm going to say, so like campaigns like in Halo, like literally like a mission is like 20 minutes because you're just walking. You know, you can't run. So it was frustrating. And then finally, I don't remember if Halo 4 had Sprint or not. It's been a long time since I played Halo 4. But then I know 5 brought it in for sure. And that was like revolutionary because it wasn't an armor ability. So we were all like hoping and praying that the next Halo was going to have Sprint back, and it looks like they did. So I was really happy for that. And it looks like they brought back some armor abilities, which were pretty cool. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of gameplay because basically once I saw, like, at first I was like, oh, cool, it's multiplayer. But then they're like, now it's bots. I was kind of
I was like, they don't really
so
push anybody.
Yeah, I wanted to play it myself, but I didn't have enough money to buy the beta at the time. So, but yeah, from what I've seen, though, it sounds like it's going to be pretty cool.
I'm going to say I'm going to ask off for the day so I can play it and stream it.
I was going to say, it's, you know, I'm really hopeful for it because it was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
And with COVID going on and everything, they did what I wish COD would do, and they delayed it so that the game would come out and be perfect and what they thought was perfect. They were like, we want to give ourselves extra time to basically fine-tune the game and make sure that it's what our fans want. Because Halo made a big jump and a big like leap of faith by not doing Battle Royale, which is what's really popular right now. We see with Warzone.
Well, it's a good thing they
Fortnite,
didn't, because Battle Royale's kind of like taking a backseat to multiplayer again. It's like on the way downhill.
It's starting to. Yeah. And that's one thing I was going to talk to you guys about tonight. So they wanted to make sure this game was like flawless. So I have very high expectations for it.
See, that's one thing I was going to point out, though. So there's been rumors that Halo Infinite might actually go with a Battle Royale eventually. They don't know if it's going to be this game or it might be later next year, but there's rumors that they might. So, like what are your
the peak of that? And I was like, and it, especially with how competitive COD is going, like I feel like multiplayers are starting to come back, and battle royales are kind of just like, okay, we've done this for years now, there's really there's not much more you can revolutionize for it. Like Halo, if Halo would have done like a battle royale like 3 years ago, it would have been the biggest thing ever. But I was like, now it's kind of like it could be big, but it won't last.
I think maybe because if I'm thinking about it, let's say I'm a Spartans with you guys, and we drop somewhere, and we get into Warthog, and we're over here just on like Chris on the back of with a minigun, just wrecking havoc.
I was always the gunner.
And I feel like it would be really, really fun. But like, I mean, to me, I'd be on the fence with it. Like, I don't know if it'd be good. I don't know if it'd be bad.
It'd be fun for like a month, but then like it would just kind of start to get like, okay, this is battle royale. Like,
at the end of the day, the core is the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's battle royale. Like, you drop in, you loot up, you shoot, you're the last alive, you win. Like, it's cool. Like, it's intense. No matter what battle royale you play, if you're in like the final 4 or whatever, like, it's intense. Don't get me wrong. And there's nothing better than winning. Like, that satisfying feeling after all the L's you take, you finally get a dub. And you're like, yes. But like, the thing with Halo's time to kill is long.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and if you made a battle royale, if you made it longer, it would just be like, all right, this is I'm getting tired of this.
So like with battle royale, like you have to kill people in like 5 or 6 bullets, because otherwise it's gonna take forever. So, but I think it would be cool if they like gave you like an ODST drop pod, and like that's how you land in. You just like like land in somewhere. That would be pretty sweet. But I don't know, like Halo, they could be cool. They always have some really cool, intricate maps. I don't know what they would do with an open world type thing. I don't really want them to, because like you said, battle royale is going down. I don't want them to hurt the name of the title by giving us a crappy battle royale that's no one's really gonna play anyway.
I'd rather battle royale though. Like, I know Warzone's doing that. They're gonna change the entire map. Like, it's not gonna be Verdansk anymore.
As they should.
Yeah, I was like, they've kind of played that one out for 2 years now, but now it's going to be an entirely different like world and map.
I'm about to say, we've been begging for a new map for a long time. Like, ever since like it was like the 3rd season of Warzone, and people were like, "Can we please get a new map?" And they kept using it. They talked about like the dam cracking and then overflowing, and
then
like
the nuke's gonna go off, and like the nuke went off, and then nothing changed. Like,
the nuke's gonna go off, and then it's like, oh yeah, the nuke went off, but we're just going back in time now. It's Verdansk, but like 30 years before,
but everything still looks exactly the same. Like, it's just the same map, but they kind of repainted it.
Yeah, it's the same map, different color schemes, different guns, and then they finally gave us Rebirth, which is still a map used in Black Ops 4 Blackout with, you know what I mean, the prison. So, I don't know. Like, I hope they give us a new map. They need to give us a new map, something.
That's what they're saying.
They gave us Outbreak with all these different maps. Why can't you just give us, like, Cold War gave us that. Why can't we just get a new map, you know? Verdansk is
better not flop. That's all I'm going to say.
Before we get into Vanguard, I want to go back to Halo real quick. What do you think the impact's going to be of Halo competitive?
You know, a lot of the like Halo players, and I follow Maniac as well. Obviously, we all know Optic Maniac. Yeah. He's a retired Halo player. From what I've heard, they're all pretty excited about it, because so what Halo kind of does is they've had to keep using the same games over and over again for comp. Like,
well, I mean, that's what most competitive games are.
Yeah, like, I haven't gotten to do like competitive comp like for Halo, so I don't really know a whole lot. I've read into it, and I've watched some old like gameplay, but like from what I've heard, like a lot of them are like super excited, because it's like us getting a new COD.
Something new.
But for us, like for them, it's completely different. They've had to play the same game for like 3 years, 4 years now. Yeah. I think Guardians came out when we were in high school. I want to say it was like towards the end of high school, or like right at the beginning of college. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know if it's necessarily like they hate it. I'm just sure they're excited, because I know like most esports are like most esports literally play the same game. Like League of Legends doesn't change their game, and like CS:GO and all these other like Rocket, like they just play the same game every year. It's nothing that like changes.
Exactly. It gets boring. So it's like us getting a new COD, but it's like multiplied by like 4 years of just playing the same old game, and like, you know what I mean? Getting upset with the same stuff over and over again for years. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
hopefully
dealing
by now
with the
fixed
same
it. Like, if you play something that many years.
Yeah. So now they're getting a new game. Like, they're all pretty excited. So I think it's gonna have a huge impact on like the comp side of things as well, and I'm excited to watch it. This will now be my first full season of comp Halo when this game comes out. I'm gonna try to stick with it as much as I can and follow it as closely as I can because I'm excited. I want to watch it, you know. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
I like watch old clips of Halo, and then like if you go back and watch like Formal's old sniping clips on Halo, the man was insane.
Oh yeah, some of those guys were dirty. Or who was it? Did you watch Neptune or friggin' Shotzi?
Yeah.
Back like some of those guys that came over to COD, like some of that stuff is ridiculous. I'm like, how the heck do they do that crap? I thought I was good at Halo, just being the casual player that I am. Like these guys are crazy. Like these guys are cracked completely. So,
all right, off to Vanguard. The teaser trailer just dropped a couple days ago. How do you feel about it?
I'm actually like kind of as long as it's not boring and stale like the first one. Like if they can give it some colors, then that's the first thing that'll make me happy. But second off, they cannot flop. They have literally every single Call of Duty development like company working on this game. Like Treyarch, Raven, Sledgehammer, like all of them have worked on this game. So I was like, there's no way you can mess this up. I was like, you have hands from every single dev and in the business working on this, which is why I'm like, it sounds like they're gonna have zombies maybe, but I was like, that has to be good. The comp needs to have something right off the rip. We can't wait 6 months for a competitive mode again, and then it come out and it sucks like this one. So I was like, you gotta have something.
I liked the zombies in this game, but yeah, definitely. I thought they were done, so the zombies better be pretty good too, because I actually like zombies. But Nathan, it sounds to me like you're not sold on it by the way you pitched the question to me. What do you think about it?
I'm not like I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I'm just
like, you're the one that's trying to be a comp player. You can't come in with this attitude.
I mean, for a year, bro.
I was about to say you can't chalk it after a week and be like, I don't like this game.
No, obviously I won't do that, but like, I'm super intrigued about it. I mean, and like I've seen some like hints from like the new Vanguard from the old like Call of Duty, like very first one on PC. Like I've seen some like Easter eggs, like different stuff, blah 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 blah. But I'm intrigued about it. But I'm just not getting my hopes up because I want like we're seeing all this hype on Twitter, saying the comp's gonna be amazing, other stuff like that, and just like the campaign's supposed to be really good.
Existence.
I know
nobody really knows anything. Everyone's just kind of like, oh, this is gonna be great. Let's just hope.
No, but like, there was that one guy that had like pretty much the intel, the CIA operative in like Activision and all that stuff like that, and like
the world's
apparently they're going to be
has the connection to.
Apparently they're going to be having like what was it Modern Warfare type of comp, but also with League play it's going to apparently be like Black Ops 2 level, like League play.
I don't know if you can ever get back to something as good as Black Ops 2, right?
But I know that's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying. So I'm over here like
everyone talks like highly of like the first World War II's ranked. So I was like, if they literally like stuck with that, people would be happy. I was like, they literally did it the first time.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking is happening. I think Infinity Ward and Activision are handling the comp side of things. And I think Treyarch's handling the zombies. I think Sledgehammer's handling the campaign. And I think Raven's just kind of cleaning everything up. That's my synopsis of the whole thing. But I mean, I'm not sure. But obviously, the game's not out. But I am very intrigued. I will admit the teaser trailer kind of hyped me up. But then again, I think about like, the past stuff from like Modern Warfare 2's comp, like which was pretty solid, but everything else was like eh. And then call it Cold War, absolutely not. Oh no, not Modern Warfare 2, my bad. Modern Warfare, my bad. The new one. Yeah, 2019. The new one was like eh, but then Cold War was atrocious. Ghost was kind of bad.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it too because I saw a TikTok of like the amazing run Call of Duty had. It went from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then it went to Modern Warfare 2, World at War, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, and then I forgot the other one. And then went Black Ops 2, and
You
then after
messed up
that,
the
it
order a
just-
little bit, but yes, naturally, yes,
All the way
that
through
run,
to like Black Ops 3, it was pretty.
Black Ops 2 was terrible.
You're a
Black
hater.
Ops 3, Black Ops 3 was great. You can't at me.
Yeah,
But the campaign,
it got dog shit at Infinite. That's
the campaign was trash, and the zombies was good,
But
and the multiplayer
BO3
was
like comp in multiplayer was untouchable.
fun to watch. It was very fun to watch. You didn't play Uplink with us, so you couldn't you
You're just
didn't
mad
have
because
No.
you weren't there. That's why. Like if
Let's
you would have
say-
played it at
I'm
its,
a little well. I mean,
I-
that was that time I didn't have an Xbox Live or an Xbox to
if you
play the
played
new
it in
Call of
its
Duty.
prime, you'd have been straight.
Listen,
You would have liked it.
I was the Paul Pierce to Jordan's RonDo, okay, back in Uplink. Right? I was the Blake Griffin to his Chris Paul.
Yes.
All right, we had fun. But my thoughts on it, I think I'm like most people when I say I'm excited, but I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I like the World War II CODs. Like I liked the old CODs and like the history behind it. But now that I'm a little bit older, I'm okay with sacrificing some history like accuracy for like some fun shit. Like
Yeah.
give us
Mix it up
like
a
give
little
us
bit.
some stories. Yeah, give us some like cool stories, but just Hollywoodize it. I don't care. Give us some fluff. Make it cool. Cause like that was something that Battlefield did. Battlefield like stuck with these like stories and they just like made it like historically accurate. And I was like, you could have made this so much better.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
was like, it's a video game. Like
Okay, yeah, it's not supposed to be realistic. Obviously, I'm not gonna get shot and then regen out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be 100% realistic. I'm okay with that.
That's
Make
why
it
everyone was
fun.
mad about Modern Warfare 19 last year. Is like they were too focused on being realistic that they didn't care about like their camos were boring. They just kind of kept everything bland. They're like, we want to be realistic, and I was like, this game is so far from realistic. No one is slide canceling every 2 seconds. Like,
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
true.
slide cans around the corner and shoot this guy. Like you know what I mean?
like, I'll give
But
Cold War that
also-
much. Like they made their like camos,
Yeah.
their colors, and everything was interesting. They
Yeah, it
didn't
was
care about
vibrant.
being historically accurate.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of the Cold War stuff we don't know about because it was all under the table.
Yeah.
So that's why
Mhm.
they just kind of went like their own way with it, which I enjoyed. Actually, I enjoyed the Cold War campaign a lot.
Yeah, Cold War could have been good if they took their more time with it.
That's what I was getting into. The only thing that I care about in this next COD, I have a list like every other player, but I think at the top of my list, it's just I went on a brief Twitter rant about it, but like I just need the game to work. And what I mean by that is like
function.
what I mean by that is like for the casual players, you guys didn't see a lot of it. I mean, you probably saw a couple like bugs here and there, but like for the comp players, like this was a nightmare from the
Yeah.
start of the game. From the start of the game with GBs, for example, the first problem we ran into that is still a problem right now. If I were to go turn my PC on right now, when you add a friend. Because you had to add people from GBs to play them because there wasn't dedicated servers like there was in MW19. You had to restart your application completely just for them to pop up in your social.
Yeah.
Then you had to like go join them. You had to wait for them to restart because more likely than not they were in a bot lobby. So now their lobby's chalked because they had bots. And on top of that, you had to wait 10, 15 minutes just for them to accept your invite before you could restart to see them on. You know what I mean? Like, it took
Yeah.
so long to run it to a single GB. We would literally, like, when we first started this comp, I think we would get through, like, what, 3-4 GBs before it was,
Mhm.
like, 6 hours had gone by. And
It's
everybody's
ridiculous.
like,
It was
"All
like
right,
an hour. It took like an hour and a half per GB, which didn't help that they
Exactly, and-
that like we waited again like 5-6 months for a league play. And I was like, we were stuck playing eights, and the eights lobbies worked for maybe a couple hours, and you had to restart.
And
And
they
then
did a restart.
GBs took like an hour and a half to run one complete GB. It was chalked.
And then you get into league play, and then league play for the first half of it had smokes, they had snipers, they had the AK-47, which
And
was
everything
G8
was
at the
broken.
start of the season. The XM4 was
I mean,
still
to
in.
this day, they don't care. Like the LC-10 lasted how long before they took it out?
The LC-10 lasted like 3 months. Like, you gave us standoff hardpoint, Miami hardpoint was in there. I think at one point, like it was.
It's like they
It's a
don't care. Like they
mess.
just threw it in there. Like, all right, it's league play. They'll give them maps in 4v4 and call it a day, and they just didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, it was a mess. Like that's what I say. Like I just need this game to work. Like that's all I care about. Like
That's why I'm
I
like
just need it to
more
work.
like optimistic because they have every like company working on this. So like from the moment Cold War dropped, like Treyarch is kind of assisting in this, as well as like Activision and all of them have had all this time to work through everything throughout the year. I was like, if they took their time and had all this help, it has to. Like, there's gonna be bugs that drop, but you gotta have something 90%
Yeah,
figured out by now.
that's what I say. Every game's gonna have bugs that drop, and I mean, especially the servers never. Every COD when it first
Yeah,
drops, the
because a
servers crash.
million people are trying to hop on.
Exactly, because 60% of the global population is hopping on to
Yeah.
play Call of Duty the night it drops. So
Yeah.
even some of our guys like my dad's a firefighter, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, we'll be on call, and once we get off, we'll go and buy the new game and bring it
Yeah.
back to the station and play it while we clean the truck. And I'm like, like everyone is playing Call of Duty, so like the servers are gonna crash.
Chad, is it our year?
But
Is it your year next year? Is it your year?
look, I wasn't very good at MW or not MW World War II until the end of the season, so maybe. I mean, I don't know.
We were
I
kind of
I had
nice
to
at
think,
World War II.
huh?
So we were kind of nice at World War II. When we had our whole squad playing, we weren't
I mean,
bad.
yeah, but I don't know. That brings me to my next point though, is that I was only good with one gun because there was only 3 guns per class. Dang it. I think it was like 4 guns per class, but they were all the same. So I need this game needs to have a variety, and I don't care. I don't care if they make it to where it's unrealistic and we have like guns in like 1990 all of a sudden back in 94. I don't care. Give me
Don't care.
give me a submachine gun that's not the PPSH, not the MP40,
They'll probably both
not
be in
the
there.
freaking, not the grease gun. Like those are the 3 subs that came to mind. I think there was one more. I can't remember what it was. But like, give me something other than those guns.
Yeah.
I know those were the only guns in World War II at the time. I get that. I know what guns were used. Give me some better ones, please.
All I
Give
care
me an
about.
MP5. I
One thing
don't
I
care.
want, which it won't happen because of the pros, I want to see a 3-gun meta. Like the last time we got that was BO4, and it was so much fun to watch because you had the ICR, the SOG, and the Maddox. But I was like, every game they just GA everything and leave
Everything.
2 guns left for you to use, 1 sub,
That is
1
true.
AR. I was like, can you please just let us like 3-gun metas are so much fun because you can have like a flex player, a main AR, and then sub players.
Yeah, I pray for a 3-gun meta every year.
It's so fun to watch.
We would have had a 3-gun meta if they didn't nerf the FFAR into the ground. Did it need nerf? Absolutely.
I don't know if it would have been
Did
3-gun meta though. I think everyone would have just used it.
Well, like I said, nerf it to the point where it's strictly a close range AR.
Yeah.
Like a close to medium range AR. Because that's what the Maddox was. The Maddox was a close to medium range. If you try to shoot like with an ICR with that thing, you couldn't hit anything.
Yeah.
First off, because you had to crack aim with it. If you don't know what that is, it's where you spam your left trigger because you need the aim assist from the gun to lock on. Because if you just try to hold down ADS and try to shoot at somebody, it's just the recoil pattern was different each time. Like you couldn't predict it because one time it would shoot this way, one time it'd shoot that way. Like you couldn't do it. You had to crack aim with it. So if they would have just made the FAMAS somewhat like that to where you could only use it like close range and it just killed really fast, then I think we would have had a 3-gun meta. But because they nerfed it into the ground, we didn't get to see it.
We also had one when the XM4 wasn't like as OP. Because it was like an XM4, a Krig, and a 74U. Like there would always be like one XM4 and one Krig, and I was like, that was fun. And then the XM4 one's like, all right, this is kind of nasty.
For a brief moment, I remember in comp, it was like a week, and it was before the XM4 was found out. And honestly, it was before the Krig was found out. I think everyone was using AKs at the time because the AK wasn't GA'd yet. People were using MP5s for the sub players. The flex players were actually using 74Us because that was before its nerf.
Yeah,
and it was really good at
laser.
Exactly. And then the ARs were using the AK-47 because that thing was ridiculous. And I remember that, and I had fun with that because I liked the MP5. I was cool with being the close range entry guy that slid in with an MP5 and was just spraying bullets everywhere. I was
MP5 on
fine.
Crossroads was unmatched.
Exactly. As I say, the MP5 on Crossroads was ridiculous because every fight was close range. You know what I mean? But then you got guys like Nathan sitting on top of the sandbags or on top of the cliff with an AK-47 that kills in 3 bullets at range, messing it up for everybody,
Just ruining all
So-
the fun.
Listen,
ruining everything.
I was getting us the wins. All right.
So, but yeah, I pray for a 3-gun meta. I don't care what they got to do. I need a 3-gun meta.
I know.
Give me some.
I want a 3-gun meta, and then I want us to run 3v3s, and all of us using a different gun.
Everyone gets a different one. I mean, that would be fun.
I want to.
Look,
That's one thing I want to do that, like, off rip is actually run more, like, S&D stuff, like chows, and get better at it.
I mean, my S&D already needs work. That's why I'm not the.
That's why I'm like you. You jump into those like early season like 3v3 GBs and all those CMGs, and you'll be straight.
I'm gonna say, well,
I'm down. I'm down to do all that.
but see, that's why it's always nice. It's a nice like breath of fresh air because you're gonna learn all the peaks and the angles and all the strats and stuff as everyone else learns them. Like they're using a strat. Like when you're getting into that kind of stuff, they're using a strat that they probably saw the match before you.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing it, and then you're gonna take that strat and you're gonna use it in the next one and probably catch somebody else off guard. And that's how everyone learns. That's how this community.
The moment the game
grows.
drops, first 3v3 we're faking an A and going A. Shout out to Dukey.
Yes.
That's the first strat.
Shout out, Duke.
Fake an A and then go A.
Word to Dukey. Fake an A, go A. So for those of you who don't know what fake an A and go A is, Checkmate Search and Destroy was by far the worst search and destroy map in the history of search and destroy maps. Why, you ask? Well, the A bomb site was literally
nowhere.
It was a straight line. There was one bit of cover, and it was halfway in between this line of what we call A Street, where an AR could literally just sit and just on the bomb, like literally a box next to the bomb, and just shoot you down that lane from where you spawned. You could only take cover on a big wooden box halfway through that. And if you took cover there, their boys in the plane could see you and just shoot you. So you could not plant at A. You had to plant at the B site. 99% of plants on Checkmate Search and Destroy were at the B site.
Yes.
So we were trying to think, we were in a 3v3 search. We have no idea what the heck we're doing. And I asked these guys, what do you guys want to do? What are we going to do? And Nathan says, we're going to fake an A and we're going to go A.
And it worked.
The problem is it worked. That's the problem.
So what happened, we remember this happening very differently because I was the bomb tier. And I believe when you said that, I immediately looked at you and said, I'm going to B. Like, I'm done with you. So I think I went up to B. They faked a wrap back. I think I died. They picked up the bomb and wrapped back to A. And I guess it must have worked.
The problem is you didn't listen. When there's a call out on the map, you have no choice.
I ignored comms and it got me killed. All right. So that is what we mean by fake an A and go A.
Yeah,
I wish we had the clip of it.
Faked it. What team was it that faked an A and went A? It was like
I think it was Minnesota.
Toronto.
Oh, was it Toronto?
It was Minnesota or Toronto. It was one of the two.
Yeah, because it was
Toronto. It was Toronto.
Yeah, because they started at A, then they wrapped all the way around the map and went back to A.
Well, I think the one I'm thinking of is the one on Standoff where they.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Like they went.
So,
all the way around.
They didn't push back. They just hid behind the corner. So the box over there, they just hid in that corner. All of them. One of them was watching bottom red in case somebody pushed in from bottom red. One of them was watching their push from the tank, and then the other two were just standing there doing literally nothing. And what happened is the team that they were going against. I want to say it was FaZe. I can't remember who it was. They all were like, well, they must have faked it. They must be wrapping back. So while they're standing there hiding, they all wrapped over to B, and then they just walked right into the site. And I was like, that was actually flawless. Like, that worked so well. I think they ended up losing that round, but that strat worked perfectly. So, yeah, definitely. Who was it? I think No, never mind. I'm thinking of something completely different. We've started trying to fake bomb sites. I wish we would have done that earlier in the season,
So
but
that's what everyone does.
yeah, we faked a bomb site. Nick did a while ago, and it actually worked really well. He literally just threw his nades. It was on Express. Threw his nades at B, and then just backed up slowly. And then I'm watching it from the podcaster. Literally, all 4 arrows just dip to B. And then they would just walk right in, and then we didn't plan it. That was the problem. We sat there because like I think there's one up there. I think there's one up there. So we're just jiggle peeking and snaking. And I'm really screaming. They can't hear me because I'm casting. I'm like, plant the bomb, and then they finally plant the bomb, but it's too late. They figured out it was a fake and wrap back, and it was a wrap. We ended up losing that round.
Honestly, watching the pros is fun because like they'll go for info at a site. They realize there's like stacked at least 2, so then you see them all wrap back, and they'll go there, and then like everyone rotates, and then they wrap back. They keep wrapping back
I'm
and
gonna say
forth.
it's fun to see the information. You can literally see the information happening on the
Yeah.
mini map. You don't have to hear comms to know the information happening.
They just catch it
And-
happening, and they're like, "All right,
yeah,
we're going back."
And watching the movement and just watching the mind games, and that's something that Toronto's really good at. They just see him do it
They
to
just play
Optic
so
on.
slow. Yeah.
Yeah, they did it to Optic on Moscow, but Optic didn't fall for it, which was really good. But yeah, that was a fun search and destroy to watch because it was literally they were just playing mind games
Well,
with each
Optic's
other.
like Moscow strat's really good because they literally just set Dashy on B, and he does not move no matter what.
Yeah.
Like he just lays down with a sub and waits for info because at some point they know that they're going to try and wrap back for that B info, and then he'll catch it, and then they're kind of stuck.
Because Moscow was a lot, in my opinion, Moscow's a lot like Checkmate. You know, it's not as bad, I want to say. It's just mostly people go for A because it's
Yeah.
closer. And B, you can watch so much easier because you just set an AR either way in the back or you just set an AR in mid looking at the cross, and then you can just call out to your teammates and everybody just wraps back. But you say just sitting him back there like he's just the neutralizer. Like you said, he plays for information. He's not going to move. If he gets a kill, great. If not, he's
And
going to
they
get the
know
whole
they're
team
there.
there, and they're just going to clash.
That's why
So
smokes are like high key big in search because you can literally just smoke off a street, and then they're like, oh, you can fake it or you can go through it, like whatever you want. It just makes it more like a mind game.
I'm glad you brought up the smoke. So that I was going to ask you guys. So we've played a whole year of comp without smokes and snipers. We played half a year almost, the 3 of us, with smokes and snipers. What do you think? Do you want smokes and snipers back? Or
I
no?
want them.
Yes.
I'm a smoke
both
screen
do?
dancer and a sniper. I want them both.
You're all for it. For me personally, I hate dealing with snipers. It's annoying.
It's just a bigger
Especially
skill
when they-
gap when you have to like strategize your smokes and then strategize looking out for a sniper into your play.
See, that's okay, but for like the snipers, they were overpowered to shit in
Well, this
Cold
game
War.
is chalked, yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, you can empty half a clip into a sniper and he's not going to flinch.
Yeah.
Like
he just
his
quick
aim
scope.
is going to stay the same, and he's going to shoot you, and he's going to kill you in one bullet because that's how Cold War snipers are. So, yeah, I personally, if it's going to be like that, I don't want snipers like at all. I'm okay with the snipers. That's a one-hit kill, the chest and up. I think that's how it should be. I think if I get sniped in the leg, I shouldn't die. So, but yeah, this game and the smokes. Look, I liked the donut smoke effect that
Donut
MW
smokes are
had.
kind of fun, not gonna lie.
I'm about to say, it eliminated the one-way smoke because you could not see through the smoke. You could only
Yeah.
see through the smoke if you were in the donut and someone walked through the middle of the smoke.
Yeah,
That's
and
when you can
throwing
see.
a smoke at your feet, you just end up in a clear circle. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it
And
just
that,
goes
let's
around
say,
you.
I'm gonna say, and you would see Draza do that a lot. He would just throw a smoke at his feet, and he would just back up into the smoke, so to see if someone would walk through it. And if someone walked through it, then he'd see them and he'd kill them.
Yeah.
But one-way smokes were such a problem in this game because people would literally throw a smoke in Eskies,
And
like,
just shoot through you.
and just shoot through you exactly, and it was annoying. So, and then when they said they fixed it, they broke it
Definitely
even
didn't
more.
fix it.
You can still one-way smoke. I
Yeah.
do it to people all the time in pubs. When people like, I'll throw a smoke grenade, walk into the middle of freaking Nuketown, and I'll see them coming out and just shoot them.
Yeah.
Like, They did not fix it. So they got to fix the smokes. I'm thinking bring back the donut smokes and bring back like the AX50, you would get a hit marker from time to time, which is annoying for you snipers. But for me, when I get smacked by one of them things and I survive, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm like, oh, bet. You know what I mean?
Also,
Like, I can get the heck out.
I swear if there are doors in this game, I'm going to lose composure. That might be the worst thing that has ever been put into a Call of Duty is adding doors.
I
don't think
remember
I don't think it
seeing
was that
certain
bad.
No, it's
doors.
horrible. There's literally no point in
Oh.
having a door because it's just pointless, and then it ruins S&D because you just hear, and then you're trying to
I was
like,
gonna say,
get through a door.
If they're going to add doors, they need to make it to where if you peek the door, it does not have an audio cue. That
Yeah.
needs to happen because
It's either you
otherwise,
kick it open or it's just like creaking open, and you're just I
Yeah,
know
or-
where they
yeah,
are.
yeah, and you could hear the audio cue from across the map almost. Like
Yeah.
at the B bomb site for St. Pet, like you could hear that all the way. Like if somebody was top apps, you could hear that from the garage. Like you would hear, oh, he's top apps, like he's coming. Like watch your window. He might jump out of your window. Like because that audio cue is just like she said, it's unnecessary. The point of
Literally, there is no
door-
reason.
The point of peeking the door is to be silent. If I'm in a war zone, I'm turning that knob so quietly and slowly you're not going to hear me open that door. I promise you. So if you're trying to make your game realistic, you need to make it somewhat realistic instead of the door just actually going.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
and it doesn't make like it just ruins the game because you can't even play like you would normally play. It's like there's no point.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, half that. Yeah, the doors are chalked. Like maybe if you just add doors for respawn, maybe I could consider it, but that would just be annoying in itself
Even
and
then,
just
I
too.
don't want it because like if you try and hit an early rotation or early wrap, you hit a door. They're like, oh well, they're there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. So yeah, doors just chalk them, get them out of here, coach. My next question is kill streaks. Do you want kill streaks back in
Yes.
comp?
I want
Do you want more than 2 kill streaks? Do you want 3 kill streaks back, or you think 2 is
I
enough?
mean, I don't really care.
Yeah, me neither.
As long as like they're not OP, like back when it was like RCXD and you got a cruise missile and like artillery kind of situation, like that's fine.
So, in my opinion, the kill streaks in this game were dumb. They were chalked. I think the cruise missile was good. I think the artillery strike was like, it's okay. I mean, we've seen it in past comps too, like with a lightning strike. But like in my opinion, like just having those 2 wasn't enough. Like we needed another streak, in my opinion.
Artillery
Like
just kind
in
of
Black Ops
useless,
4.
like except for the ping.
Like- Yeah, like Black Ops 4, like you could like the Wraith, I think is what it was, is what you get, and it was like the attack chopper. No, it was the attack chopper. Yeah, it was
I
the attack
hated that
chopper.
thing, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean I did too, but that was the point. That was why you didn't want someone to streak up, because if they got that shit, it was almost a map win.
I don't
Unless
think
you
they
took
really
the time
had
to
much
down.
like restrictions on the streak because someone literally got like the whatever the big ass paladin shot. Someone got that in like a CWL match, and was just raining fire like with that streak on there. But I was like, look,
I
you let
remember-
this man streak out to like 12 or 13. I guess he deserves it.
I'm about to say you deserve it. That's why you gotta like know when somebody's on a streak. The artillery strikes, like I swear they buffed them too. That was one thing I was gonna talk to you. I think they might have buffed them and not told anybody, because I swear I've been dying to those
Yeah,
shits.
I die when I'm inside.
And it's making me so mad. But yeah, like I liked like the ping thing. Like yeah, you use the ping, and then you save the artillery strikes for later. And if you died after you used the ping, you still kept it. Like I thought that was cool. I was like, okay, like they're letting you keep it. But I don't know. I think we need 3 streaks back. Honestly, in my opinion, that's just my. I liked having the 3 streaks. Like you get the artillery strike, you get the controllable missile, and then you get something that's gonna hover up in the air and just kill everybody.
Make it interesting.
Exactly, make it interesting. Well, Dukas seems to have taking a dip
He
on
seems to not be a fan of this 3 kill streak situation,
it.
as he
He
has
must
just,
be.
as he has just left.
I'm still here.
Oh, I heard he's still here. All right. Well, anyway, did you guys have a sponsor to do today?
No, not today. We have all, because we have them all, as you can see, chat, rolling right under here for any of
There
the
you go.
sponsor you see rolling through the entirety of this video. KGK All Day works for every single one of them at checkout. So just hit up any of these. If you're looking for, Aporia, you can get our jerseys, as you see hanging in the back. We got Fade grips. We talked about them before. We got our Raze. We had them on before. Aim controllers, done them. So, yeah, you hit any of these up, KGK All Day, and you're good to go.
There you go, chat. I don't know. Going back to this Vanguard thing, because it's just right now everything's so up in the air that it's just like I feel like a little kid on Christmas.
We'll
you know
never
what I mean?
know too until the game comes out, because like the beta's gonna be, or the alpha at least is gonna be like one of their weird game modes they're bringing in. It's not gonna be a multiplayer.
Really?
Like it's not gonna be like how like a multiplayer pub match like it usually is. It's gonna be like one of their like game modes they're trying to introduce.
Where'd you hear that from? Did you see that on Twitter?
Yeah, it's one of the, I forgot what the name of the mode is, but it's not gonna be like a pub match for the alpha. It's gonna be like strictly whatever that game mode, however you play that.
Did you already pre-order the game?
I don't think it's open for pre-order. I don't think they'll open it
Okay.
until they
I was
release.
I was gonna say I haven't.
Which is 2 days from now. 19th
about to
is
say
when
that
they officially release the
I heard.
trailer and the date.
So you're gonna pre-order it, right?
Of course. I mean,
Okay, I was gonna say. So
this
will
is
you
what
get
we
the
do.
alpha? Will you get the alpha if you pre-order like now, or is there something else you have to do?
I think you get it if you pre-order. Because I know
I think
it's the same thing that happened last year. Like PlayStation's gonna get it like a week early almost, and then everyone else gets it after that.
So I'm gonna say because I think if you just do it by a certain time, you get the alpha, and then you get the beta, obviously.
But I mean,
I'm
Cold War
excited.
did it where it was like they had a bunch of different drops and options for you to be able to get a code. So I'm sure they'll figure it out.
I'm gonna say I'm excited. I love beta testing and alpha testing games because like do you remember how ridiculous the Milano and the MP5 were in alpha and beta Cold War?
Before they're
like, when Cold War first came out, I had so much fun playing it. Like, I really did enjoy it, and I think that's probably just the honeymoon phase of like a new game. But like, I thoroughly enjoyed the MP5 on like satellite and Moscow, and just wreaking havoc mid map with that thing. It was unreal. Obviously, the gun was overpowered. As big of a fan of it as I am, I can admit that it was overpowered. But it was fun to use. Like, the alpha was fun.
The thing is, Cold War isn't a bad game. It's just they don't care enough about, like, certain aspects of the game.
They plagued it with the amount of shit that they let go bad.
Yeah, like, there's too many things wrong with the game. Like, the game's not a bad game. It's just there's too many things wrong with the game itself that make it to where it's like, all right, I'm getting annoyed with this.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's like I said, I feel like a little kid on Christmas. Like I'm sitting here, I'm hopeful, I'm like excited because I'm like, oh, I wonder what we're gonna get. Like, but at the end of the day, it's like I also have to protect myself, and my heart by thinking of past failures and the empty promises that we've been given. I know I need to be an optimist, but at the same time, I am a bit of a pessimistic human being, and sometimes I sit here and I think like, bruh, like World War II. I remember maps like 𝙃𝙤𝙨𝙨. Ugh, hated that map. Or there's just so many. World War II was just not good.
All
Zombies was terrible.
Dukey doesn't go pro, he owes me 50 gifted.
Yeah, you heard it here first. 50 gifted.
50 gifted.
50
gifted. All
you gotta find a team that wants me.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you're on an organization. I don't know what to tell you. Fix your schedule.
So if snipers are back, then you're going to be the team sniper, is what I'm hearing, JT.
The return.
I need it because whenever JT was sniping people on St. Pet, I had to do it, and it was so much fun.
I miss our Clav AX50 RonDo. Those were fun games. Like, I remember we weren't like hardcore competing chat. Like, we were just getting into comp, but like playing like just CDL playlists and just JT going off with a sniper.
The best clip that we had from that game was when we were holding down, what was it, St. Pet that we were on?
Yeah.
We were holding down that bar side. we
and I
went
couldn't reload.
we like collectively went on like a 10 or 11 just in that one span, and I'm just in the back like they're not fucking better than us.
Yeah, that was. We can roll that clip at some point because that was a fun. And at the
Let's
end,
see.
JT runs out of ammo and he tries to go through pool hall and some guy ran into him, so JT beats him down with his MP5, and I finally get my reload off, and I just shot one bullet because JT was one shot and he died, and I was very upset because I ruined the greatest moment in our duo history.
Let's see, I'm over here hearing you guys yell, and I just come around with an AR. Like, what is going on?
What is happening?
We were funneling, so there was the car that everyone would nade and search and destroy on St. Pat. I was hiding behind that, and I couldn't move. I had a trophy that had one grenade left in it before it would explode, and I'm literally just hiding for my life, trying to reload, and I keep having to switch to my pistol and then switch back, and then it was really bad. And JT slide cancels to my aid, and it's just killing them as they run by to try to kill me, and it was
reload. I'm just like,
it was a lot of fun. I was like, I can't reload, I'm stuck. And she's like, I got you, don't worry, I got you. And he's just going, and it was so much fun. Like, I miss the SMG like play style of MW. I had a lot of fun playing it that way. Cold War was way different with subs. You had to play a lot more ratty in Cold War than you could in MW.
Yeah.
MW, you got rewarded being cracked. You said what?
I think I might have found the clip.
Oh boy, Cat, you're in for a treat.
If you need to show them my clip too of me in S&D for Ramaza, the really first clip I ever hit. Whenever I heard that one, I shot a guy, killed him. I heard that one guy underneath, so I turn around and I just unload my full magazine like Nathan Green.
One more.
And then I reload it.
Yeah, I think I went crazy. I think I screamed because I was like, Nathan, bro.
They're not better than us.
Bro, the M19, bro, my trigger finger on it. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
I remember. I know exactly what clip you're talking about, because I was like, bruh, Nathan. And then you did that, and I was like, oh, like, you would have thought Nathan was an S&D star back in freaking MW S&D.
That's why I'm saying I need S&D Dukey back.
You gonna play them GBs?
Those were fun. Those were fun games to play too. I sucked at S&D. I still kind of do. Like I said, I think I've gotten a lot better at Cold War S&D than I ever was at MW. But I still need a lot of work with Surge. I'm just not patient. That's why I was a sub player last year. I was not patient at all. I just wanted to run and gun, you know.
Yes, S&D Dukey better be making a return next year. That's all I'm saying.
He will. He will.
I also just need a sub that's somewhat as cracked or close to as cracked. Yes, please give me something I can use. Give me something I can be fast with on the map too. I think that was a mistake that Cold War made, in my opinion, was
slowing everyone down.
Yeah. They slowed down the sub users. I was like, you took away our accuracy. Now you're slowing us down slower than ARs. I'm like, what's the point of using a sub at this point? I'm surprised we didn't see 4 Krigs on the map with how good the Krig was. Like, honestly.
The Krig is cheese.
The Krig, people get to use that gun for free, and it bothers me. Yes. Okay? Be a real man. Pull out an FFAR. All right? Be a real man. Be a man. All right?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
All right, pull out FFAR MP5 meta. Let's go. For champs, let's get hit.
All right, we have hit almost an hour and a half. I think I've given enough cushion to Jesser if he wants to cut out whatever was chalked. He'll figure that one out. I mean, just for you, Jesser. Hold on. I'm gonna come in. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy RonDo here. We got episode 6 of the Creating Kings podcast. I'm alongside the beautiful Jiggy and Dukey. You know, it's the Mr. Trio, the Trifecta, things you love to see, and we got another episode for y'all today. There you go, Jesser. You can do what you got to do with that.
If you want to. You don't have to.
It's up to you. Look,
by the way, I hope you had a great shift at work, just so you know.
I did.
If you watch it later. Oh, okay. Well.
Yes, I hope you're working hard. And then we got to give him a thumbnail. Hold on, what are we going to do for the thumbnail?
Hang on. Wait. Yeah. There we go.
Just we're really looking out for you here.
Look, we're trying to give you, the keys to success here, all right?
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all joining. You said what?
Are you gonna show them the clip before you go? You said you found it.
I showed him already. I was talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I let him have at it.
So I talked over it. Oh, sorry, chat.
You didn't. I'll pull it up in here for us to watch here in a second, though.
Okay, I want to watch it again.
Thank you all.